SRP just did something that it hasn't done in a weeks. It broke to a $2 with $154 million in volume. But while everyone's celebrating on Twitter, there is a supply crisis happening that almost nobody is talking about. The exchange balance is just hit an 8-year low. So here is a caution that should be keep every SRP holders awake tonight. Are we about to witness the supply shock that sent SRP to a $3, or is this another bull trap that's going to wreck retail investors? What I'm about to show you is the next 5 minutes will they answer that question for sure. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today is January 4th, 2026, and we need to talk about what's happening with the SRP right now because of price action you are seeing on the surface and in the chart. The $2 breakout, that's only the half the story. Underneath, there is a supply dynamic forming that could change everything by the end of this video. You are going to understand exactly why exchange balance are collapsing, what January 1st unlocked the real means, and why institution money is pouring right now, and most importantly, where this SRP is realistically headed this month, and no hype, just data. And let's go, guys. All right, let's start with what's happening yesterday on January 3rd. The SRP surged from $1.87 to a $2.03. As you can see in the screen, it's $2.09. But that's an 8.7% move in the less than 24 hours. Now, if you have been watching SRP for any length of time, you know you have seen this move before. And we have tried to break the $2 multiple times over the past month. And every single time, been a fake breakout, stop runs, low volume pops that immediately get sold back down. But this time is different. And I can prove it to you with one number, the volume. When the price pushed to the $1.96, we saw a $154 million in volume. That's 142% above the session average. And that's not a retail FOMO. And that's not a say some whale uh, playing games. That's institutional size of money entering the market at the key resistance level. Right now, I'm recording this. SRP is trading at $2.09. We pull back from $2.03. But here's what matters, that pullback was only 0.04%. We didn't back below the $2, but we didn't trigger the wave of stop loss. The structure is holding, and when we break to this resistance with the kind of volume and then hold a level, that's technical confirmation and that something real is happening. So, but the real question isn't whether we broke $2. The real question is, can we stay about $2 long enough to trigger the next leg higher? Because if you lose this level, we are right back to the 190 cent where we're going to pile on. So now let me tell you about something that happened 3 days ago. That anti-crypto community freaking out. On January 1st, Ripple unlocked 1 billion SRP on escrow. At current price, that's worth about $1.84 million. And immediately the panic started. The Reddit form filled up with a post about how the price was going to crash. The Twitter was full of people saying this is why the SRP never pumps. The supply is too high and they keep dumping on us. But yes, but here's what most people don't realize, that this happens every single month. It has been happening since 2017. The Ripple has completely predictable escrow schedule, and this unlock 1 billion SRP at the start of each month. It's automated, It's transparent. You can literally track it on the blockchain. And here's a part that nobody talks about, that they relock between 60 and 8% on it. And in December, they unlock a billion, re-escrowed 700 billions. In November, they did same thing. The NET increase in the liquidity supply is only about 2 to 300 million token per month. Now think about that in context. SRP has over 60 billion token in circulation, adding 2 to 300 million per month in less than half of the person in the market that trades billion of dollars in volume single day. Sorry guys for the last minute technical problems. So it was probably the mic. So let's where I was, and I heard the tutor, the fool people of saying this is why the SRP never jumps and that kind of stuff. But now think about has 60 billion tokens adding 2 to 3%, 100 million per month is less than half of the person. In the market that trades billion of dollar in volume every single day. That's nothing. The market absorbed it without even noticing. The January 1st unlock already happened. The token went Ripple linked wallet. Guess what? They haven't been moved. Based on historical pattern, we are probably going to see a 70 to 80% of that millions, billions to go right back into the escrow within the next week. So the actual new supply hitting the market minimal. But while everyone has panicking about supply increase, something else was happening that was nobody was paying attention to. The available supply was disappearing. So here's what most people get trapped, and I need to pay a very close attention to this because that's a difference between making money and losing money in the market. The retail investor look at the price, the institution look at the supply. But when Ripple unlocks a billion SRP, the retail sees dilution, the institution sees predictable and manageable token of distribution. When price pulls back, the retail sees a weakness and the institution sees accumulation opportunity. So while retail was panicking the January unlock, do you know what was actually happening? SRP held on exchange drop of 1.447 billion token. That's right. That's 8-year low. In the past 12 months alone, the exchange balance have fallen from over 4 billion SRP under 1.5 billion. That's 57% decrease in available supply. Now let me explain why this matters in a very in a simple way. Why SRP sits on exchange and it's liquid. It can be sold instantly, but SRP moves off exchange into a cold storage, into institutional custody, into a long-term holder's wallet. It effectively removed from circulating supply. And this token isn't coming from market tomorrow. They are not coming back next week. They have been held for the month, maybe years. So you have a less SRP available to buy on exchange. You have institution money flowing to the ETF. The 30 consecutive day of inflows, 50.25 million of dollars on December. You have Ripple monthly unlocks being largely re-escrowed, adding minimal new supply, I would say. So that's how supply shock starts, lower available inventory, consistent demand, and one catalyst that triggers a rush of buying. So first we need the SRP to hold about $2 and not just touch it, but not just week about it, but we need daily close about $2 with sustained volume. If we can do that for 3 to 5 days, that confirms breakout is real. We're likely heading to the next resistance zone. Second, watch the 230 to 235 level, that's where rain into resistance back in December. If we break through this level with the same kind of volume we saw at $2 and next stop at be $2.25 to $3. That's a $3. We are talking about a level we haven't seen since 2025, maybe the October month. That's where the FOMO really kicks in. So, third, keep an eye on exchange balance. And if that number keeps dropping, and we can see more SRP moving into cold storage while institution flows continues to confirm the supply.